players playing a lot of minutes. We also have, some newcomers that, we're just trying to figure out how to gel at this point. But Norfolk State is an NCAA tournament team. They are predicted to win their league, and I am super proud of my kids for how they fought tonight. Yeah, I kind of told Alexa, like, I knew we didn't have any timeouts, and I told her, I said, if she makes both, then we need to get it, set a screen, and look for a three. I told her that if she misses one, that we have to get the ball into the paint. We haven't been shooting the three ball very well, and we were in the paint, we were getting fouled, we were making layups. So we were just trying to be aggressive, and, kudos to Norfolk State. They kind of stopped us. We were dribbling around the perimeter and had to do a Hail Mary shot.
The physicality of Norfolk State. What were you telling your team at those timeouts throughout the various supports during the second and third?
From the very beginning, I was telling them to be champions, right? To be dominant, to be dominant. It's actually really difficult to play ahead. It's very difficult to do that, to keep a lead, especially against a team that we know is very good. So I was just trying to get them to keep their composure. I said the word poise a couple of times. I needed my leaders to kind of step up and stop the bleeding. And we went in at halftime, we talked about just our energy drop off as well. At some points, our bench wasn't cheering. The people on the court weren't huddling at the free throw line. And that's just a bit of inexperience showing. So I do think that moving forward, we'll be better at that. And I definitely think that there's a lot to learn from this game.
Nylah, obviously, great, first quarter, first part of the second quarter. And then maybe it seemed like foul trouble kind of brought you out of the game a little bit. What was that kind of feeling? And then when you got back there in the second half, I think came back in with about 8 minutes to go and kind of got back on track. What was that?
When I started fouling, I was kind of going to panic mode, but like my teammates like helped me like get back to myself, and like I was ready. Like it was kind of like a switch. Like I'm ready to go. I have to go in, so I just have to be ready.
And did anything kind of about the way you played change with 4 fouls, or did you at that point just kind of say, we're down by 10, we have to?
Oh no, everything goes out the window. We're trying to win.
Yeah.
We're trying to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we just told her to be smart. I looked at her, she came out when she got her 4th foul. I said, you have to play. It's as simple as that. I mean, she's a 5th-year senior. She's very poised. She has a very high basketball IQ, and she just had to do her work early, and I think she did a great job of doing that.
Now, early in the season, how do you feel like you're meshing with the rest of the players on the team, and what do you feel like you guys are working on with the next couple games coming up?
We're definitely growing every day. We're learning each other every day more and more. So today was a great day to show like how we gel together, and now we just have to take that into the next game and just learn from our mistakes and just carry it on to the next games and the rest of the season. But I feel like we're in a really good place. Even though we got the loss, we're in a really good place right now because we know that we can't get down and try to dig ourselves in a hole. We would have to get out. So we just have to finish how we start, basically.
Coach, obviously first game of the season, you've got some freshmen playing their first collegiate games. Geddes played most of the game, and then Kate and Monet both seen the floor as well. What did you see from them that you liked?
I mean, our freshmen, they're not afraid of anything. They don't back down from anything. Cassidy is a tenacious defender, and that's one of the reasons why we recruited her here. She actually is a hell of a scorer too, and that will come. She just needs some college game experience. So, I mean, I know that our freshmen will all be impactful. They're all learning different paces. They have different positions they have to learn. So I'm super happy with them. I mean, there's not one person on this stat sheet or on this team that I can say I wasn't happy with their performance today. And like I said, we knew that we would have to build this year. We knew that it was going to take a couple bumps and bruises to figure things out. And, kudos to Norfolk State. They didn't back down, which is something that we needed in game 1 to kind of set the tone for the rest of the season.
One other, I wanted to highlight Kayla's game, especially in the second half. I think as y'all were struggling to score, she was kind of pitching in both, on the boards and obviously a little bit of scoring as well. What growth have you seen from her over the last year or so?
I said this right after the game as well. I had individual meetings with all of our players before the season started, and I talked to Rafi about her impact on this team. She's so versatile. She's stronger this year than she was last year. She's finding some confidence in her game. She's taking shots this year that I begged her to take last year. And she's just kind of finding her niche on the court. Everybody brings something different, and when you have a new team, everybody's trying to figure out where they fit. And where Raw fits is just in her length and her ability to rebound, and just her versatility in scoring the basketball. So, I expect her to have an amazing sophomore season this year.
All right, just a couple more questions. Dave, do you have anything on the phone there?
Yeah, I do. Just for both of you, first game, of course, in the newly renovated Kaplan with the bells and whistles, the lights, the sound, and everything. Well, just your thoughts on it.
I'll let Nylah go.
It was a great feeling. I felt the energy in the building with the lights, the noise, the everything. Like it was a great environment to be in. Obviously the fans came out and it was really great. So I loved it. Loved every second.
I agree, Dave. The whole experience of the game was totally different than it was last year. The gym was so loud. A lot of people told us that they would come to this game. We had a tip-off banquet in the beginning of the year, and people were really excited to just come and see this team play because they know that we're going to bring some intensity. They know that we're going to bring some resilience. But the scoreboard looks amazing. The lighting, it just totally changes the feel of the arena.
Thanks.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Coach.
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
It was one quarter against American, too.